There is a great need for this. There are a lot of lonely people, and it does make such a big difference to your life. My name is Doris and I'm 91 years old. I live on my own. I have no family living nearby because my daughter's in America and my son's down in Shropshire.
My name is Margaret and I'm 89. I'm registered blind.
Horace Carter. I'm 96-year-old and I live by myself.
My name is Gloria. I'm aged 88, a lovely round figure, and I live by myself.
My name is Margaret, but I get called Peggy. I'm 89. I live alone. My son and daughter live some distance away, so I don't see them very often. I think weekends are the worst when you live alone.
I do spend quite a lot of time on my own. I am an only child, so I am used to solitary life to some extent, but particularly at weekends it can get very dull. Nobody coming in, and you know that families are all together and it makes it rather hard for you.
Been involved with Contact about only about 3 years. Yeah, but it changed my life because I see so many more people.
Mrs. Ward, she said it would be very nice if you could go and join Contact, because we go out once a month on a Sunday afternoon for afternoon tea.
Well, in the first place, it was my daughter that got onto H Concern, and she made a list of what people to see and that, like, you know. And as a result of that, Mary Robinson came to see me. And she told me about it, and she asked me if I'd like to go.
We collect the guests that we're having, sometimes 2 at a time, but usually it's 1, and help them to the car, see that they're all comfortable, and basically get them to where we're going without any bother, and then get them out of the car and into the house and seated and comfortable where they are.
Jean, she's lovely. She's very, very kind, and she knows what I can do and what I can't do, and she always makes it, you know, very easy for me.
The drivers as well, the help itself. I mean, David comes for me regular. I didn't know him before, and I think he's a real gentleman. He seems a good friend to me, which is worth more than any money.
Well, I didn't know what to expect, and I was very nervous at first. But from the very moment that Angie picked me up in the car, I felt relieved. I knew it was friendly. And when I got to the home, it was so welcoming. And everybody was kind. And I didn't feel a stranger at all, which I thought I would do. But it was lovely.
I've been involved with Contact for about 10 years now. I started as a driver, just helping out, and then I quickly became the coordinator. That involves me planning a yearly programme with the hosts, checking which dates are suitable for them. And then each month I check with the drivers, make sure they're available, and between us we all ring our older guests. Mary always links me up with new volunteers. If I need any help, she can find new drivers, new hosts for me if I'm having any difficulty.
We go into volunteer people's houses and they welcome us as a friend. We're made to feel very special. We're made to feel that we belong there and that we're part of their family.
We do go into different people's houses. People volunteer to have us, provide tea for us, which I think is magnificent.
Well, it's lovely at the party. but it's really nice, a real good do. And the people who run it couldn't do better if they were my own.
Over the years, of course, we've become very good friends with the hosts, and we always look forward to seeing them as if they're family members. They make our older guests feel so special and fuss over them. It's lovely.
We get to know the house, to know the people themselves, to know their families, their background.
The Contact the Elderly invited us to a party in 2003, and I was so impressed by what they did and the enjoyment that the people got from it that Richard and I both decided that we really ought to do it, and we've been repaid handsomely.
At first I was a little bit, with not being able to see people, I was just a little bit worried about it. But now they know me, they know I can't see, and they do sort of, well, they make me very, very welcome, and they're great help. And all the helpers, you know, they bring me my cups of tea and see that I can get hold of a cup and everything. They are extremely nice, and the drivers are all very, very nice.
Well, the best thing, in my opinion, is the company, because we've been on my own day after day, day after day. It's lovely to be in company.
He's so much wanted, that's the best part of it. They make you feel as if you really, really wanted, and you're necessary as older people. And that is what we need to keep us going. And mind you, it must be happening such a lot these days, I think, because we're all staying so young. Yeah.
There's a mixed group because the drivers are usually a lot younger than we are, so we're not all old together.
As a volunteer, it's about us reaching out to them and then helping them with what they require. The nice thing about Contact the Elderly is I don't normally meet people of that age because my own mother's died and I don't have a grandmother, so it's like an extended family. So that friendship that you create with them, it's not just my involvement with the community, but also me being able to give something to the community, and then for them also realising that we are all working together. And in our particular situation, the group that I work with, I think there's lots of things that we share with each other, which is more than friendship.
The only thing you need is a house with not too many steps, and preferably minimal number of steps because of the requirements of some of the elderly, and a downstairs loo. Basically, you have to provide afternoon tea, which isn't an ordeal for anyone. They're only here for 2 hours, so out of your year, that is a really small piece.
If you can keep looking forward and having things to do, it helps enormously in old age, and Contact the Elderly is just perfect in that way.
It's one of the things in my life, really. It's always in my diary and it's always there, and I'm always ready to go and be picked up and brought back, and it's lovely. I really do enjoy it. It's one of my highlights, I think.
Well, I would certainly recommend it because it's a wonderful organisation. The friendliness, the kindness, the caring.
The tea party's on a Sunday. You can actually face Monday with a much more positive attitude, knowing that you've done something really nice for someone.
I would recommend it to anyone.